Welcome to this CareTrac personal health record training video. In this video, we're going to take a look at sending a message to a provider. You begin at the home page. After you log in, you come to this page, and then we would go up here to Messages, and then to Messages again. Here I am at my inbox in my PHR, and I'm going to go to here to the Compose button, which gives me a new communication. Here's my name, and then I'm going to select who I'm sending this to. I have a test provider here named James Provider, Test Provider, and so I click that name. Then there's this quick drop down that if this is an emergency, call 911, etc. And you say, yes, I understand. You select a subject, message for provider or care team, let's say. I'll make a subject line, vitamin D and heart medicine. As I type out this message here in the personal health record about vitamin D and heart medicine, it's important to take note that in this PHR, it is okay to write anything you need to write to your provider about your health, about questions about treatment plans, medications, what's known as protected health information. This is the perfect place to put protected health information in a message to your provider instead of an email or a text. Here it stays private and it stays secure, and they can read it and they know that it's from you, and they know it will get back to you in a secure way. I finished typing my note, and now I click send. Here's the notification that it's been delivered, and that normally within 1 business day a reply will come. And I click close. I'm back at my inbox. Then let's say that 1 day has passed and you see in your inbox of your email that you have a message from your doctor, and you click on that message and it looks like this. In this email, you see it says you have received a message from your doctor, and it has come from the personal health record portal, and there's a link to the login page, and so you click on that, and then at the login page you log in and click sign in at the bottom, and that takes you to the home page. The home page of the PHR is where you can see that you have a message waiting for you. You click on messages and messages again, and my reply has come in. I click here and I can read. That's a good question. Please see your doctor. And you can see here all the messages in this exchange. Here's the first question, and then here's the reply. We've seen what it looks like to message back and forth with a provider or a case manager or a doctor. Let's take a look right now to see what else is available here in the inbox in the PHR. We're looking at this message that we were sent, the vitamin D and heart medicine, and here's the reply. Let's compose another message, and let's just say, here's my name, and we're going to send it to the provider. Here's the acknowledgement. This is not an emergency. And message to the provider care team. And let's say more questions about vitamins. And then we'll start typing here. Hello, Dr. Jones. I had some more questions. And let's say you're trying to figure out what to ask, but then you want to go, you need to stop. It's time to go somewhere. And so you can save this as a draft. And that's where it happened right here at this link. And so we'll click Save as Draft. So this message has been saved at such and such a time. And that means that you can come back to it and it will look exactly like this. And so you can see it over here on the sidebar. If we click in draft, here is our draft message right now that we just made, and it's different than the inbox. You don't see it in the inbox like we did when we first came here. Also, on the left sidebar here, we can see our sent items. Here's the original sent items here, and then this is the archive. Archive is where you put messages that you no longer want, but they cannot be deleted from the system. And so we archive them. This means you won't accidentally delete some important information or accidentally delete a communication with a provider. So now let's go back here to draft again, and I want to keep working on this item. And so I put but I will get back to you later. Please look at the attached records. This is thank you, James. So this is another feature here. You can attach a file like you would attach a file to anything, to an email. So we'll click on the paperclip up here. The Choose File window shows up. I'm going to go to Choose File. Here's a Browse and Select. So let's say, message for chart. It's just a test document that I have set up. And so now I message for chart. I review, and yep, that's the one I was looking for. And so now I'm going to attach to the message. There I can see message for the chart is a document that I attached in this message that's going to this provider here. And then I can send that document. And here's the confirmation that it's been sent. And now let's go to inbox. Here we are in inbox. Now let's say I want to archive the messages that I don't need to see anymore. For instance, here's the instructions for getting started with this PHR. If I click on this message, it turns gray. You can see I select the message by clicking once on it, and it turns gray. And then when I go here to this box, and it says just below, Send to Archive. So I click on that. The selected message has been archived. I say Close. Now we see the message is not here. The inbox just has the communications that I want to see. And when I go look at Archive, over here on the left, I can see instructions for getting started. These messages are ordered by the date that they were received. And so even though this is the last thing I archived, it's the first message that I received. And so it's down here at the bottom. So now we'll go back to the inbox. So that is what it looks like to message with a provider using your PHR. We'll go back to the home page now, and there we are. Thank you for watching this CareTrac Personal Health Record training video.